I'd like to give all praise and all honors to Yahweh and by Hashem, Yahweh Shai and by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth, peace, and salutation to the hopeful elects. Shalom. Welcome to today's lesson. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is on Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 1. Okay. Thus, this is concerning Babylon. Okay. The destruction of Babylon and the destroying of that Esau is Edom, the destroying mountain. Okay. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon. You see, talking about America, because America is the sister Babylon, city of Babylon, okay, and spiritual Egypt, okay. This is spiritual Egypt, and we were in captivity over there and physically in Egypt back in ancient days. Now we're in captivity spiritually here in spiritual Egypt, okay, and this being the house of bondage. In Mississippi, you have over 50 different pyramids that we built way back. The northern tribe, the northern kingdom, built way back during the time of Shalmaneser, during the Assyrian captivity, when we fled out of Jerusalem, and we came over here. Okay, we came over here to America, to ancient, land, this ancient land. Okay, and we started building up pyramids and different things and stuff. So that's why many people say, well, we were already here. The transatlantic slave trade didn't happen in the 1600s. We was already here. Well, it's true we was already here, but it's true that the Atlantic slave trade happened as well, because that was when the Southern Kingdom was brought over here to America. Okay, and remember also during the 1400s, when the Pilgrims or whatever the colonists got here, during the 1400s, it was when they made it. The tribes of Reuben and Gadites and Ephraims. They mated them together and on the colony. And during the 1500s, they took them over to, loaded them up on ships, and took them over to the southern tip of Africa and sold them as slaves there during the 1500s. And then in the 1600s, remember, that was the northern tribe that was mixed together like that, breeded together like that, on the plantations of the colonists. And then they were brought here, brought to the southern tip of Africa. I'm in Detroit. I didn't mean to say here, but brought to the southern tip of Africa during the 1500s, okay, and sold as slaves, okay, in southern Africa. And then in the 1600s, and that's when the merchant slave ships went back over to Africa, to this western coastlines of Africa, and picked up the southern tribe, Judites, Benjamins, and picked up a tribe of Levites with them, okay, from Fort Judah. Okay, it was a fort along the coastline of western coastline of Africa, called Fort Judah, where they housed in Fort Judah, or Weta, because there were different names that it was called. Okay, and they picked up the tribe of Benjamin, Judah, and Levi. Okay, and they also started all along the northern western coastline of Africa, which would take us up there by Morocco. Start up there by Morocco and coming on along down the whole western coastline of Africa until you make it down to Fort Judah, and then on down to the coastline that leads you over from the Congo and the Republic of the Congo, and then down by Gabon, okay, and then on down by Ghana, and then down on all the way down to the southern tip of Africa. the Horn of Africa. Okay, and then once they did that, then they start going on over to Brazil and the Caribbeans, picking up and dropping off uh, 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 the those that they picked up along the way from the western coastline, and were dropping them off along Brazil, the Caribbean islands, and Cuba before they made it around to the mouth to North America, or over to the mouth of Mississippi, where over there they had the mouth of Mississippi, where they had a number of different pyramids. Esau is Edom. You can see the evidence of him where he took bulldozers and tried to bulldoze some of the pyramids that are along the Mississippi River. Yeah, there's pyramids over there. All these years, anytime Esau is Edom want to talk about the pyramids, he take you straight to Egypt. But here it is, we got all these pyramids right here in America. And then the remains that were found inside the pyramids, Esau is Edom said that they was too predisposed to determine what type of people they were. They were us. They know exactly who the people were. They were us, the northern kingdom. You understand? And so, but remember, Esau is Edom is always the one that's talking about his technologies in predating bones and stones and fossils and different things, and he'll tell you, well, this here stone or this here bone is, and this layer of rock is 200 million billion trillion years old. Nigga, stop lying. You see, stop lying. You see, it's us all day long. You see, and so these are the things that been going on. Doing this whole trading and switching and the game plan of slaves being traded and our people being the slaves, during those times. And now we're in spiritual Egypt, you see, in this house of bondage now, going through what we're going through spiritually and physically. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a slave when you got to work on a job and the wages that you're making is not enough to suffice to pay for your place of living and pay for your food and your utilities and your fuel bill and all these different things. That's slavery. That's working as a slave, really. Because you're never going to get over. You're always going to be under. You see? That's why you understand instead of overstand. Okay? And against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me. You see? Those that rise up against us are rising up against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is the one that fights for us. You see? A destroying wind. The Lord is going to bring a destroying wind. That's those ICBM missiles that he's going to bring. You see, and unleash and levy down upon Esau is Edom, Idumea, Nineveh, Basra, America, Babylon. This is spiritual Egypt. Esau is Edom. You see. So we got a lot of precepts I want to get into. Let's go straight off into them. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3. And I have commanded my sanctified ones, that's us, to fan this word, to hew them down with the word, this truth. You see, this double-edged spiritual sword, the word. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. Okay. I have also called my mighty ones, that's the angels, for mine anger. You see, that's the angels. You see, having all that power. Even them that rejoice in my highness. You see. Therefore, the angels, the Lord is bringing them for his anger. Because he's going to unleash and do all the many things that he's doing. Right now, he's sharpening the sword. Esau is Edom, getting all the countries ready to do battle, and for the great battle, you see, and that they're all going to lose. Verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, that's the peoples, that's in the many countries and nations, the peoples are speaking up. They're speaking out against the governments because the people have gotten tired of this oppression that we're under. The people have gotten tired of it, and they're ready to rise up. The people have become knowledge of what's really going on, you see, and they have become knowledge of what's really happening, you see. In Sirach chapter 7, verse 7, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Once you become wise of what's going on, it is oppressive, truly oppressive. You see, and you can only be mad and angry, but can do nothing about it. But pray and keep pushing this truth out with this word, we hewing them down. Like as of a great people, you see, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations, you see. The people gathered together, the Lord of hosts mustered the host of the battle. You see, get ready for the great battle because the spiritual world and the physical world are about to clash and be at war. You see, it's all kinds of different things that's happening in the spirit all around us. We just cannot see. If we was able to see everything that's happening around us within the spiritual world, we'd be too afraid to even open our eyes up. You see, there's so much terror and horror going on all around us right now in the spiritual world. Just wait till when the time comes, during the time of Jacob's troubles, when the apparitions are popping up and being visible, where we can see them. They're going to be popping up, and many people are going to be catching heart attacks because when you see a demon, I mean, they're going to be in all different types of shapes and sizes and different types of teeth and appendages and different things and arms and limbs and all types of crazy attachments and different things. We never seen any creatures like that here on earth. We're going to see them during the time of Jacob's troubles. A lot of people are going to faint. They're going to catch heart attacks and just die from the actual sight of the demons that they're going to see. You see, all these things are coming. See, you see. Verse 5, they come from a far country, you see, from the ends of heaven. I'm talking about the ICBM missiles, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation. I'm talking about the ICBM missiles and the chariots with those direct energy beams, those lasers. You see, they're going to be blown up and destroyed just like that movie, World War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. You saw when that big giant thing stood up out of the ground and started firing lasers, blowing people up, incinerating people in an instant, turning them to copper into compound ash, okay, carbon ash in an instant. Just like that. And it's going to be that same way, just like in Sodom and Gomorrah. It was that same way. You see, it's going to be the same thing here, right here in America. Sister Babylon, sister Sodom and Gomorrah, to destroy the whole land. You see, to destroy the whole land. That's what the Lord is coming to do. We're going to take the time. I'd like to take this time to remind you to press the like button. Okay, go ahead and press the like button. That helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And also, if you haven't already, go ahead and press the subscription button. Press the subscription button and the notification bell, and that's going to help you to receive special notification alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. As good shepherds of the Lord, our job, as always, is to feed the sheep. As Yahushua has spoken unto Simon Peter and said, if you love me, then feed my sheep. We must always provide good grazing pastures for the sheep to graze daily. As Yahushua said, I was with thee in the temple teaching daily. You see, so we must also provide this word daily. You see, that's the reason why we study to show ourselves approved to who? Yahweh. You see, a workman need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. How do you divide the word of truth? By precepts. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9 through 15. Let's get us back into this word. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations are from the north. You see, Russia, China, North Korea, all these different countries.